All right, let's dive right in. Today, we're tackling something that affects pretty much everyone with a gadget in their pocket or an appliance in their home. We're talking about the hidden war on your wallet and our guide to something called planned obsolescence. So, let me ask you this. Have you ever noticed that your phone starts to feel slow right when a new model comes out? Or the battery just dies on you for no reason? Maybe your washing machine gives up the ghost the month after the warranty expires? Well, I'm here to tell you, you are not imagining it. It's not just bad luck. The way our source material puts it is actually perfect. It says you're basically an unwitting soldier on the front lines of a hidden war. And the enemy? It's a deliberate strategy that's built right into the stuff you buy. Now, this isn't a war fought with tanks and guns, but with things like software updates, cheap plastic parts, and really, really clever marketing. And this enemy, well, it has a name. It's called planned obsolescence, and at its core, it's just what it sounds like, a corporate strategy to intentionally design a product with a limited lifespan. Why? To force you, the consumer, to go out and buy a new one. It's a business model that is literally built on making things break. So how in the world do they get away with this? Well, planned obsolescence isn't just one single trick. It's more like a multi-front assault. So let's pull back the curtain and expose the enemy's playbook. There are three main strategies companies use to fight this war on durability. You've got systemic obsolescence, which hits our tech through software. Then there's contrived durability, which targets our appliances with weak parts. And finally, perceived obsolescence, which is a total mind game that targets our sense of style. We're going to break down every single one. Okay, first up is the tactic that I'm betting most of us are painfully familiar with, especially in the world of tech. It's called systemic obsolescence, but you can just think of it as the software slowdown. So here's how it works. A company rolls out a shiny new software update. On their latest models, it runs beautifully. But on your perfectly good 2-year-old phone, suddenly it's sluggish. The battery drains in what feels like a few hours. The most famous case of this, of course, was Apple. They got hit with major legal action for intentionally slowing down older iPhones. Now, they said it was to preserve battery health, but for millions of users, it sure felt like a convenient push to upgrade. So that's the software side of things. But what about the physical products themselves? Well, that brings us to tactic number 2. And honestly, this is the oldest trick in the book. It's not about code, it's about physically building products that are designed to fail. It's called contrived durability. And you know, what's wild is how specific these failures can be. A manufacturer might use a cheap plastic gear in a washing machine that they know is going to wear out right after the warranty ends. Or, get this, a printer that just stops working after a set number of pages. Why? Because a tiny, non-replaceable part called an ink absorber pad is full. The failure isn't a bug. It's a feature. And that brings us to our third and final tactic. This one is maybe the most clever of them all because it doesn't break the product. It breaks your satisfaction with the product. It's all in your head. This is perceived obsolescence. See, this whole strategy is about making your perfectly functional stuff seem old, outdated, and just uncool. Companies do it by constantly introducing new styles, new colors, new designs. The car industry pretty much pioneered this with their annual model changes, but fast fashion brands have absolutely perfected it. They can make an outfit you bought last month feel totally out of style today. So, we've seen the tactics. But what are the real-world consequences? What's the real cost of this constant cycle of buying and replacing? Well, the battlefield is clear. It's a war being waged on your wallet and on the health of our planet. And the impact really hits on two fronts. First, your money. It turns what should be a one-time purchase into what feels like a recurring expense. It just drains your savings. And second, the planet. This endless demand for new stuff creates a tidal wave of waste, using up finite resources to create products that are designed to become trash. And the environmental cost is staggering. In fact, according to the sources for this explainer, electronic waste, or e-waste, is the single fastest-growing waste stream on the entire planet. That is a direct consequence of this strategy. Now look, I know this can all sound pretty bleak, but the war isn't over, and you are not powerless here. As more and more people become aware of this, a resistance movement is gaining ground, and you can absolutely be a part of it. One of the biggest signs of this changing tide is the right to repair movement. It's a global effort demanding that companies make their products easier and more affordable to fix, giving power back to us, the consumers.
So what can you actually do? Here's a simple battle plan. First, vote with your wallet. Support brands that are known for durability and making things that last. Second, embrace repair. Look for a local repair shop before you just toss something out. And third, before you click buy on that next upgrade, just pause. Ask yourself, do I truly need this, or is my current device still perfectly fine?
Because really, being a conscious consumer is your best defense. So I'll leave you with this one final thought. The next time you feel that irresistible urge to upgrade, ask yourself, is this a genuine need, or are you just following their plan?